Ms. Vandana Saxena, CEO and founder, Voyage Ahead Solutions LLP. I would like to welcome them to deliver interactive session on communication skills to our students. We welcome you.
Hi, good afternoon. अभी तो लंच किया यार, थोड़ा जोर से बोलो. Good afternoon. Better. आप लोग engineering background से हैं, right? As I understand. Good. So my name is Amitabh Srivastav. I am from a company, Voyage Aid Solution. My partner Vandana Saxena is here. I have a good experience in media for almost 30 years. And I have been associated with brands like MTV, Music Television, BBC, I was the country head for India and South Asia. Then I launched one Hindi news channel called Aaj Tak, which is a very popular channel. I was in the founding team. And I took to Aaj Tak to international quarters in Europe and UK and US and Australia. Then I was working in the biggest company in media called Walt Disney, where I was a director for APAC. And then I launched my own company 17 years back, where I was doing consulting. And very recently, I launched a company called Voyage Ahead Solution, which is managed by Vandana and me. We are into training, learning, and development. And there are a lot of things that we are doing for the students all across. We go to many universities, meet a lot of students, share a lot of knowledge, what we have accumulated all these years. So we were here to meet Vineet ji, who is your vice chairman. He's happened to be my old friend of last 25 years. Vineet ji, 25 साल हो गए होंगे हमें? 25 साल. आपकी एज मेरे ख्याल से बहुतों की 25 नहीं होगी. तो आपकी एज से भी ज़्यादा हम इनको जानते हैं. Any case, so we were here and he requested that we should speak to some student and share some gyan. So that's why we are here. We were not aware that we were supposed to take a session. So we were caught off guard, but we'll see to it that we do justice. And I think we should talk more on the communication because that is something which is required in engineering as well. So I pass it to Vandana and then let her take and I'll keep coming in between. So Vandana.
Thank you. Thank you, Amitabh. Thank you. That's such a warm welcome. So I can come here. Everybody, am I audible at the back? Clearly? At the back? Clearly audible at the back? Okay, so I'm Vandana. By discipline, I am an HR professional. I have been working in the HR industry for a good many years, 26 years now. But I specialize in skill development or talent development, right? My forte is communication skills, but I have delivered training for leadership, team building, writing skills, AI, and other technical skills as well. If I talk about my collaboration, I have delivered trainings for Suzuki, LG, Daikin, Fuji, Nivea, Tata Power, Maruti, a lot of brands. I mean, the list is long. Okay, and by passion, I'm an author, right? I write. My blog has somewhere around 15 million views, and if you wish to know more, you can Google me simply. I am search engine optimized if I talk about it in the digital language. So, any questions, anyone, for now? Anything about me, Amitabh, or what are we gonna teach you? No? All right, so we will keep this session interactive because if I speak, if it becomes a monologue, you get out of this room and you forget almost everything. Doesn't make sense, does it? No, it doesn't. So what happens is we will keep it interactive where you ask me a lot of questions and I answer it. Works? Right? So I'll tell you the basics. Let's just begin with the basics of communication. What do you think is communication? Any ideas? Exchange of ideas. All right. What else? Sorry? Expressing yourself. Okay. What else? Sorry? Articulation of what? Ideas? Yeah. Okay. All right. Any more answers? So communication happens between two people. There is a सेंडर, पढ़ा है अभी तक कम्युनिकेशन का चैप्टर? 7 C's ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन पढ़ चुके हो? वंडरफुल. चलो अभी आज ना आपके 7. एवरीबडी कंफर्टेबल विद हिंदी इंग्लिश? एनीबडी हु हैज एनी चैलेंजेस अंडरस्टैंडिंग हिंदी? So Hindi connects better, right? So I am not here to show off my language skills to you. Acha, tell me, if I speak well in English and I have a way with Hindi, वैसे मुझे उर्दू भी बहुत अच्छी आती है. Does it mean that I can communicate well? Yes or no? Yes. मेरी अंग्रेजी अच्छी है. Does it mean I can communicate well? No? क्यों? क्यों?
Unless we are not able to form our ideas correctly, we cannot really say that we can communicate well and present them.
हाँ, सो अंग्रेजी अच्छी तो शेक्सपियर की भी है. रोमियो एंड जूलियट 2 बार पढ़नी पड़ती है समझने के लिए. ओ डॉथ शी टीचेस द टॉर्च टू बर्न ब्राइट, ओ शी हैंग्स अपॉन द चीक ऑफ द नाइट. क्या समझ आया? कुछ नहीं. शेक्सपियर की ही लाइन है. अंग्रेजी बहुत अच्छी है मगर कम्युनिकेट नहीं हुआ आइडिया. सो कम्युनिकेशन में आपने अगर कम्युनिकेशन का चैप्टर ऑलरेडी जो कि पढ़ लिया है, देयर इज अ सेंडर हु एनकोड्स अ मैसेज एंड देन देयर इज, बीच में क्या होता है? मीडियम. उसके बाद उस मीडियम में क्या होता है? नॉइज. वंडरफुल. नॉइज. उसके बाद देयर इज अ रिसीवर हु डीकोड्स अ मैसेज. क्या कम्युनिकेशन यहां खत्म हो जाता है? इसके बाद के स्टेप क्या हैं? फीडबैक. उसके बाद फीडबैक और रिसीवर के बीच में एक स्टेप है जो कि आपने डेफिनेटली नहीं पढ़ा होगा. फीडबैक और रिसीवर के बीच में क्या होता है? जब इंटरप्रिटेशन. यस. सो जब रिसीवर डीकोड करता है आपके मैसेज को, तो वो कौन बन जाता है? आहा, he will be the, no, he will get, okay, what will he become, that we will discuss later. Everybody has a pen and a paper or a phone. एक digital notebook खोल लीजिए. I am giving you 2 sentences, right? Read them thoroughly and then I will ask you questions out of it, right? Write 2 sentences, simple sentences which will be grammatically correct, but let us just understand कि communication हुआ या नहीं हुआ. So write, the father adopted the boy. The father adopted the boy and he was happy. Just write, the father adopted the boy and he was happy. एक और सेंटेंस लिखिए. You must remove all the Tupperware. You know what Tupperware is, right? You must remove all the Tupperware from the kitchen and clean it often. Often. Must remove all the Tupperware from the kitchen and clean it often. Written? 2 sentences? Yeah? Now circle, in the first sentence, circle he. In the second sentence, circle it. Now tell me, who is he in the sentence? How many of you say it is the father, or it can be the boy? It is boy. How many of you say it is the boy? How many of you say it is the boy? All right. How many of you say it is the father? How many of you say it can be the either? See, grammatically, sentence is correct. Do you see any grammatical error in the sentence? This is sentence fragment, actually. there is a grammar issue, but that we will not get into that detail. But if you are not able to convey that whether the father is happy or the boy is happy, are you able to communicate the idea well? About, a few of you have understood it like father. A few of you have understood it like boy. What is my intention? I want to say the father is happy. How will you rephrase it? How will you rephrase it? The father was happy. आगे आइडिया थोड़ी बदलना है, सिर्फ रीफ्रेज करना है. रीफ्रेजिंग समझते हैं? हाँ हाँ जी. After adopting the boy, this is a better sentence to say. Now you are saying that the father is happy. So communication में पहला C क्या होता है? 7 C's पढ़ ली है ना आपने? पहला क्या होता है? अगर आपके कम्युनिकेशन में क्लैरिटी, लैंग्वेज में क्लैरिटी नहीं है, इट विल नॉट कम्युनिकेट. सो अगर जो आपके मैसेज, द रिसीवर who decodes a message becomes a perceiver, and if your message is perceived wrong, even if it is in the best of language, doesn't work. The communication has not happened. Second sentence, please remove all the Tupperware from the kitchen and clean it often. It matlab Tupperware or kitchen? Can be both. You can try rewriting it, right? So that it becomes one, Please remove and clean all the Tupperware from kitchen. That will be a better sentence. Understood what is communication? There has to be clarity, right? When we talk about communication, there has to be clarity. Speaking difficult words in English doesn't mean that you communicate well. मुझे अगर समझ ही नहीं आएगा, I don't read, I'm a reader, but I don't read books from Shashi Tharoor, unfortunately, because every now and then I have to dive into the dictionary, and then I forget, right? So that is why it is better that you use words which are simple but concrete. When you talk about communication, the communication has to be concrete. What do you mean by concrete? Acha, I received a free gift from the mall, right or wrong? I met an anonymous stranger. Can you please pen it down? इनमें क्या गलतियां हैं? Anonymous, this is called redundant phrasing. Stranger will always be anonymous, ना? Right? Gift के पैसे दिए आज तक किसी ने? No, I received a gift. Now you put it like this, that I received a gift. I met a stranger. A lot of people write that you should mix it together. Can you mix it separately? Right? No, we cannot. These are the phrases that we use in everyday life, but ideally should not be used. Because at times when we are using the language, the wrong usage is so rife. Rife का क्या मतलब होता है? हाँ? Acha. So there is one more thing that you do about communication is deleting the extra weight. So अगर मुझे rife को हटाना है तो मुझे बोलना पड़ेगा commonly spread. So rife is a single word. Go back, return is a simpler word. So more concrete your communication is, better it is for you, right? So when you talk about the communication, the redundant phrasing is so rife that it becomes the accepted usage, but it doesn't mean that it is the right usage. Okay? Right? Any questions now? You can ask me any questions about communication. You want to add something? Any questions? Understood what is communication? Really? Take out really everybody understood what is communication? Yes? Okay, let's just test it. Okay? Take out a paper sheet from your notebooks. If you don't have, ask, borrow from your friends or, borrow from your... Take out a paper sheet. Just a paper sheet. If you don't have any, borrow it from your friends and your desk mates. If you can give me one, borrow me, give me one. Everybody has a paper sheet like this? This is going to be fun, let me tell you. Take out a paper sheet, everyone. You have it? No? Show it to me here. Everybody, itna. Yes. Show it to me, everyone. Show it to me, everyone. Done? Now close your eyes. You're not supposed to open your eyes. You have learned communication. Right? Close your eyes. You're not supposed to open your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. Listen to my instructions carefully. I will be very, very clear with my instructions. Listen to my instructions carefully and follow them. The paper sheet that you have, you must fold it into half. Fold it into half. मुझे नहीं देखना है, अपना करना है, आंख बंद रखनी है. Fold it into half. Fold it into half. No, you're not supposed to open your eyes. Fold it into half. Another half. Another half now. And tear the right hand side corner. Tear the right hand side corner. जो राइट हैंड साइड का कॉर्नर है उसको फाड़ दीजिए. जो राइट हैंड साइड का कॉर्नर है उसको फाड़ दीजिए. अब एक और बार फोल्ड कर लीजिए. एक और बार फोल्ड कर लीजिए हाफ में और लेफ्ट हैंड साइड का कॉर्नर फाड़ दीजिए. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड का कॉर्नर फाड़ दीजिए. Try making 2 more folds in half. Try making 2 more folds in half and बीच में से छोटा सा पीस निकाल दीजिए. और बीच में से छोटा सा पीस निकाल दीजिए. Done? लास्ट में उसको 2 बार फोल्ड कीजिए और जो सेंटर में फोल्ड आएगा बीच में से छोटा सा पीस निकाल दीजिए. फाड़ के निकाल दीजिए. छोटा सा पीस चाहे तो पेन से उसमें होल कर दीजिए, चाहे तो छोटा सा पीस फाड़ दीजिए. परफेक्ट. डन एवरीवन. नाउ ओपन योर शीट्स एंड शो मी. ओपन योर शीट्स एंड शो इट टू मी. Open your sheets and show it to me. Oh my God. Open your sheets and show it to me. Show it to me, show it to me, everyone. Faster, faster. Open your sheets and show it to me. Oh, किसी का भी result same नहीं है. Oh my God. None of you have the same results? None of you have the same results? No? No, not really. Oh. Hanji. Compare your results. Compare your results. Compare your results. Do you have the same results? Do you have the same results? Yes or no? Louder. You don't have the same results. Were the instructions same to you? सबको instructions same मिली थी? रिजल्ट्स डिफरेंट क्यों हैं? हाँ, आपने तो बोला था कम्युनिकेशन आता है हमें, फिर तो नहीं आता. You said that I understand what communication is. You said that you understand what is communication. Yes, any questions? Ask me, I'll help you. Yes. I have a question now. Did you all say that I understand what is communication? Yes or no? No, you said. Now you cannot say no. Right? Results सबके अलग क्यों है? क्योंकि इंटरप्रिटेशन अलग है. किसी ने मुझसे पूछा वर्टिकली हाफ करना है या हॉरिजॉन्टली? किसी ने नहीं पूछा. किसी ने मुझसे बोला राइट हैंड साइड ऊपर वाला कॉर्नर फाड़ना है या नीचे वाला? You followed instructions blindly. Yeah, दिमाग तो चल रहा था. आंखें बंद थी, दिमाग तो खुला था. Communication doesn't need language. Communication needs interactivity. If you don't know something, you have to ask it ना. You didn't ask me कि vertically fold करें या horizontally fold करें. Right? The interpretation, where did I go wrong? Tell me, where did I go wrong? No, nowhere. The instructions were right to you. Instructions were not clear. The instructions were not precise. They were not clear. Why did you not ask? What is in your control? When it comes to communication, what is in your control? My instruction or your questions? What is in your control when we talk about communication? Is it my instruction which is in your control or your question is in your control? Then who is responsible for miscommunication? Me? How do you expect the other person to be precise? मैंने अपनी समझ से बिल्कुल सही इंस्ट्रक्शंस दी थी, मगर लेट मी टेल यू क्या होता है कम्युनिकेशन. जब आप आगे ग्रो करोगे, जब आप काम करना शुरू करोगे, तो क्या होता है, इंस्ट्रक्शंस आपको कैसे मिलेंगी जब आप ऑफिस में होते हो. मुझे पता है कैसे मिलती थी जब मैंने काम करना शुरू किया था. मुझे ऐसे मिलती थी, जाओ वो मेल आई है उसको वो भेज दो. मुझे पता नहीं किसको क्या भेजना है. सो आई हैव टू आस्क, because I am not able to understand. So there is an art of giving instructions. The moment I am saying that जाओ उसको वो भेज दो, you will say हाँ, because you have your interpretation and you will do what you have understood. But it may or may not be right. So what do you have to do? The art of giving instructions is कि जाओ उसको वो भेज दो. हाँ ठीक है, किसको क्या समझ आ गया, क्या समझ आया. So the moment you repeat what you have heard, you come to the same page. Instead of executing a task wrongly and wasting time to correct it, better get to the same page with the instructions that this is what I have understood. Now if I show you a picture here and ask you to post it on Instagram, will you post the same caption? You will not post the same caption because everybody thinks differently, right? So what you have to do is that you have to ask the questions. That this is, if I had not asked you the question कि क्या समझ आया, you should have asked me, right? Vertically fold करना है या horizontally करना है? This is called a bit of understanding, the art of taking instructions. And when it comes to communication, the art of understanding and art of communicating, both the things are important. If you have not understood well, ask. If you are telling something, you better say it in precise and clear manner. Clear now? Any questions now? You can ask me the day-to-day life communication challenges that you have, and I'll solve it here. नहीं? अच्छा, चलो कुछ और समझते हैं. हाँ जी, प्लीज. वेयर? यस.
Yeah, please. I was doing the So he used to tell me about something else. जबकि बनाने की कुछ चीज और. So that's what that became a big polarity between us. कि वजह से भी दो दिनों से लड़ाई की कोशिश करती.
लड़ाई हो गई
बात है. लेकिन ये चीज हुई. क्योंकि बोलता था कुछ और बोल रहे कुछ और and बनाना कुछ और. इस वजह से मुझे confusion हुई. So how would I solve that?
Simple. When he's saying, acha, if you can give me a live example of one sentence that he said and you did not understand.
He was telling me about to make a project on object recognition, but we have to make a project about object detection. Both of things may seem equal to a person who is not from that background, but दोनों चीज़ें अलग है. एक recognize करना कि bottom पढ़ी है, और एक ये चीज़ कोई पढ़ी है, ये दोनों चीज़ों को समझना अलग चीज़ है.
You meant object recognition, object detection, दो अलग चीजें हैं. So now I give you an instruction. Yeah, there is hearing and listening that comes here. We will discuss about hearing and listening also. You may sit down, please. So object recognition. Maybe I give you an idea कि हम इस project में ना ऐसे काम करेंगे. You may sit down, please. कि ये चार चीजें रखेंगे and we will talk about the how they are found, how they are discovered, and all of that. Now, what is your next question? What should be your next question?
Exactly.
हाँ, पहला क्वेश्चन क्या होना चाहिए? ये हम ऑब्जेक्ट रिकॉग्निशन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं ना. दैट शुड बी द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. वहीं सॉल्व हो जाएगा. इफ ही हैज नॉट सेड इट, you should say it, na? The first step of making a project is a topic. So you have to come on the same page with your friend with the topic. So first question should be, ये हम यही बना रहे हैं ना? वही solve हो जाएगा, आगे तक जाओगे ही नहीं. Any other question? Have I solved your query?
आप में से कितने लोग जानते हैं hearing और listening ये दोनों एक ही हैं या अलग-अलग हैं? कैसे?
Perfect. I'm sure they know it because communication के chapters इन्होंने पढ़ लिए हैं, तो इनको hearing और listening का फर्क तो पता है. Listening is anything which is getting registered here. Hearing is a noise falling into your ears. Everybody knows it, I'm sure. Right? Yeah. Any other questions? Any other questions? Any other questions? Yes, you're trying to ask me something? Anybody who's appeared for an interview? Ever? College में आने के पहले? Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I have appeared in 3-4 interviews, like in my last day back in my school. So there was a voting system. So before voting system, for the council, student council, there was a interview divided into 2 sessions. First was interview between the senior council, and the second was the panel interview where the principal, vice principal, and other teachers are present. Apart from it, SSB interviews were there, and also I've also given interviews for the clubs which I've joined recently in the colleges. So there was interview for them also. So yes, ma'am.
All right. So what do you think is the most difficult question asked in an interview?
Ma'am, according to me, tell me about your negativities. Because your negativities should display yourself in a positive way also.
अच्छा, क्यों पूछते हैं ये सवाल? मतलब मैं क्यों बताऊँ आपको अपने ग्रे एरियाज? सेल्फ रिकॉग्निशन के लिए, ओके? और या प्लीज सेल्फ रिकॉग्निशन के लिए और क्यों पूछा जाता है? सी व्हेन यू अपीयर फॉर जॉब इंटरव्यू एवर ना, आपसे 4 सवाल कॉमन पूछे जाएंगे. पहला सवाल होता है, कैन यू टेल मी समथिंग अबाउट योर सेल्फ? क्यों पूछते हैं? सीवी नहीं पढ़ा आपने? आपको गुस्सा नहीं आता? जवाब दो, सीवी नहीं पढ़ा. मतलब कैसा सवाल है ये? राइट. क्यों पूछते हैं ये सवाल? आई विल कम टू दैट एज वेल. पहले ये 4 क्वेश्चन तो होते ही होते हैं. पहला सवाल होता है, कैन यू प्लीज टेल मी समथिंग अबाउट योर सेल्फ. दूसरा सवाल क्या होता है, जो बहुत ही अनोइंग होता है? हाँ, 5 साल के बाद, अरे कल का पता नहीं मुझे, आप 5 साल की बातें कर जा रहे हो. राइट. So, why do you want to work for us? Obviously, because I want to earn. That's the prime reason that I want to work. What kind of a question is that? And what else? चौथा सवाल जो सबसे annoying होता है, what are your strengths and weaknesses? What are your strengths and weaknesses? क्यों पूछे जाते हैं ये चारों सवाल? चलो पहले पे आते हैं. Tell me something about yourself. So आपका जवाब ना चौथे वाले में होगा. Tell me something about yourself. क्यों पूछा जाता है ये सवाल? Have you not? Do you think that they have not read your CV? That is why they are asking this question. हाँ जी. Confidence check करने के लिए. Okay. What else? You right. How confident you are.
Because उससे हम नीड प्रोजेक्ट और नीड से पता कर सकते हैं कि हाँ ये पर्सन इज अ बीटेक स्टूडेंट और
लिखा है CV में.
लिखा है बट स्टिल कई बार हम कुछ चीजें अपनी सीवी में एक्स्ट्रा लिखते हैं बट वो इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं होती है. व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट इट हम वो इंपॉर्टेंट तो बता रहे हैं. लाइक एग्जांपल फ्रॉम एन इंटरव्यू उसके अंदर there are four things you should tell about. उसके बाद सबसे पहले आते हैं अपना नाम, उसके बाद क्या business data definition के लिए, then you talk about your companies, then you talk then sometimes you talk about your projects and your extracurricular activities. So उन जो लास्ट की दोनों चीजें हैं उससे सामने आपको ये पता लग जाता है कि उस पर्सन का क्या एटीट्यूड है उन चीजों को लेकर के एंड उसके अंदर क्या क्या मेन चीजें हैं. लाइक अ पर्सन लाइक अ बीटेक स्टूडेंट होती तो क्या क्या बताएगा कि उसने क्या क्या इंटर्नशिप किया, उसने क्या क्या प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाए उस जगह पर. और जब या तो कोई और होगा कोई और अगर तो इसका एक्स्ट्रा चीज में है तो वो शुरू हो जाएगा कि हाँ मैं बास्केटबॉल खेलता हूँ आई गो फॉर आर्चरी.
ओके परफेक्ट. और वैसे कभी भी इसके जवाब में ये कहना नहीं चाहिए कि आई एम अ बीटेक स्टूडेंट. पर चाहिए हाँ नेवर. What is the interviewer trying to assess is your communication skills at the first place. कितने फ्लो में आप कम्युनिकेट करते हो. Is your communication sorted and focused is something that the interviewer assesses at the first place. 3 C assess होते हैं इस क्वेश्चन से. कम्युनिकेशन, कॉन्फिडेंस, क्लैरिटी ऑफ ऑब्जेक्टिव. 3 चीजें असेस होती हैं. पहली चीज होती है कम्युनिकेशन. इफ यू से माई नेम इज दिस, आई एम अ बीटेक स्टूडेंट, बैड आइडिया. नेवर. व्हाट यू शुड आंसर इंस्टेड, I have done my undergraduation is a wrong sentence. I am an undergraduate is a right sentence. Never say myself this. What is more powerful, myself Vandana or I am Vandana? What's more powerful in communication? I am Vandana. Why do you have to say myself? You know, you have to keep it simple. But no, I am sure. How do you begin that question? Most of the information you have got from my CV. Academically, since you are the beginners, कुछ साल अगर experience हो जाएगा तो professionally से शुरू करोगे. Academically, I am an undergrad in technology, specializing in these areas. जो भी आपकी strength है वो सबसे पहले सामने आ जाएगी. That's the first thing that you should say. Because कोई भी organization अगर interview कर रही है तो सबसे पहले ये जानना चाहते हैं, उन्हें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि आप पर्सनली क्या हैं क्या नहीं हैं. उनको ये पहली चीज ये जाननी है कि आप वैल्यू क्या ऐड करोगे मेरी कंपनी में. So unless you tell your strengths, communication doesn't happen. Doesn't happen at all. First thing that you have to emphasize, और ये चीजें कभी भी अपनी, like I am an HR person, I never write that I have managed salaries. एक बुलेट पॉइंट में लिखती हूँ मैं compensation and benefit, बस. Right? That I have handled. No. Now look at the communication. I have handled this. I am responsible for managing salaries. And look at the other sentence. I have successfully delivered compensation and benefit in my organization. What is more powerful? Never say I am responsible. At my institute, I was responsible for. I have done these projects. No. I have successfully curated the projects. and delivered them. What is more powerful? What is more powerful? See, कभी भी अपनी communication में से ना कुछ words हटा देने चाहिए. आपने रॉकेट सिंह देखी है कभी? नहीं देखिए किसी ने रॉकेट सिंह नहीं देखी? उसमें ना YouTube पे मिल जाएगा, एक इंटरव्यू का सीन है, राइट, जिसमें बोलता है कि वाई शुड आई हायर यू. ओके, अगर मेरे पास लैपटॉप होता मैं जरूर दिखाती आपको, लेकिन वाई शुड आई हायर यू, एंड ही सेज आई गेस आई एम हार्ड वर्किंग, एंड द इंटरव्यूअर आस्क्स आई यू गेस और यू आर. आपकी कम्युनिकेशन में वर्ड्स लाइक आई गेस, आई अंडरस्टैंड, आई थिंक, इट शुड, आई हैव टू डू दिस टफ थिंग्स, bad idea. Never put those words into your communication. I am hardworking and I think I am hardworking. Which is more powerful? I am hardworking, right? I can deliver this. Never say I can do this. Use the word called deliver. Makes impact. So coming back to the question, the first thing that is assessed is your communication skill. Talk about your strength first. That I am a BTech or I am a, don't say I'm a BTech. Always say that I am an undergrad or graduate in technology specializing in these areas, जो आपके strong areas है, right? Talk about how you can add value to that organization. कि आपका जो काम है उस कभी भी ना इंटरव्यू में जेडी पढ़े बिना नहीं जाना चाहिए, किसी भी इंटरव्यू में, या प्रोफाइल पढ़े बिना, या इंटरव्यू के जो पूरा एडवर्टाइजमेंट है वो पढ़े बिना कभी भी नहीं जाना चाहिए. सो यू हैव टू पिक आउट द कीवर्ड्स. 10th और 12th में वो कीवर्ड्स सिखाए थे ना आपको कि पेपर में लिख के आने हैं. सिमिलरली वो पिक आउट दोज कीवर्ड्स एंड से देम सो दैट दे नो कि एग्जैक्टली यही चाहिए हमको, राइट? सेकेंड क्वेश्चन इज व्हाई शुड आई हायर यू? व्हाट शुड यू से? व्हाट शुड यू से? अगर क्लब के भी इंटरव्यू के लिए गए हो तो व्हाई दिस क्लब, क्या आंसर दोगे? दिस इज मेंट टू अलाइन द requisite कि requisite मेरा क्या है और आपका क्या है, and communication plays a vital role there. You have to align your requisite with the company's requisite. You should hire me because I have got the skills and I am sure. कभी भी नहीं बोलो I think. I am sure I can deliver what you are expecting. I can give my 100% to help you achieve your goals. These are the better communications. Never try to say that because I am hardworking, because I am this, everybody is hardworking. So it's not that. That's the second question, that why should I hire you? Third question, tell me your strengths and weaknesses. Strengths तो पता चल जाती हैं. Weakness कैसे पोर्ट्रे करोगे? Yes.
Ma'am, you should portray your weakness in a way that it shows the positive side also. Like if I say I am a weak person, then it is not showing the positive side about it. Yeah.
What is your weakness, tell me?
Ma'am, according to me, my weakness is that I am an overthinker. Like overthinking helps you in lots of situations, but it gives you a bad effect on your health also.
How do you, like, let me, if you have to portray this, that you are an overthinker, how will you communicate this to the interviewer?
If I have given a task and the task is going on a very equal scale and is not going up, or I don't want up, I just want up, but it is not going up, so I will be thinking it. So now I will be giving you many ideas. Now this is overthinking, and I will be not coming to a particular idea. At a point, instance, if I like, I'm so ready करते हैं, and the other day I will say like, we can do this to get a more height. So this will create a issue in my mind. I think I'm overthinking a lot. So overthinking will reduce my other health aspects also. Will affect my health. So this is will
This is how you will answer. Right way to answer? Yes or no? You may sit down, please. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. So, is this the right way to answer? Portray your gray areas? अच्छा, ये overthinking को और क्या बोल सकते हैं? Find better words. Over analyzing, हाँ. उसको पॉजिटिव कैसे साउंड करोगे? हाँ, critical thinking नहीं, that is different. That is different. Critical thinking is different. That's okay. Yeah. Tell me. Acha, now let us just rephrase this answer that my analytical abilities at times make me miss the or overshadow my other competencies. How does it sound now? My analytical abilities at times overshadow my other competencies, and I end up spending more time in the deeper analysis. How does it sound? Better? Right? This is how it sounds better. Yeah? Okay? All right. Any other? No, yes, go on.
In all these three questions, you improvise all the answers by sophisticating the language. Can we keep the language simple and yet make the answers better?
Did you find me using any of the difficult words that you cannot use?
I want to say that we use the words that we use in our daily life.
Yes.
Of that level English, and yet our answer becomes
Like, if you give me an example that in daily life I will use this.
like instead of like in our everyday life, we don't say I'm curating a project.
Why not? Curating is a simple word. See, किसी भी लैंग्वेज को कॉम्प्रिहेंड करने के ना 3 स्टेजेस होते हैं, राइट? पहला होता है हियरिंग. आपने किसी की कोई बात सुनी, कोई इंटरव्यू सुना, आपको कोई वर्ड समझ नहीं आया, यू कैन स्टिल कॉम्प्रिहेंड इट कि ये क्या है. दूसरा होता है रीडिंग. यू आर रीडिंग अ सेंटेंस, आपको कोई वर्ड समझ नहीं आया, यू कैन स्टिल टेक इट आउट ऑफ द कॉन्टेक्स्ट. थर्ड इज राइटिंग, where you should know whether the complement should be with I or E. That is the most difficult stage. But when it comes to speaking, if there is an idea in your mind, if you are using too many words, like I give you, you can write one more example. Sit down, I'll answer that. So you can write one more example. In my personal opinion, write. In my personal opinion, in my personal opinion, this wasteful policy ought to be revoked. And count how many words. In my personal opinion, this wasteful policy ought to be revoked. In my personal opinion, this wasteful policy ought to be revoked. हाँ जी, अब कितने वर्ड्स काउंट करेंगे? वर्ड्स, हाँ, 12. Now rewrite. I suggest revoking this wasteful policy. कितने वर्ड्स? I suggest revoking this wasteful policy. मतलब बदला कहीं पे भी? दूसरे वाले में कितने वर्ड्स? आधा हो गया. क्या पावरफुल? पहला कि दूसरा? पहला या दूसरा? पहला या दूसरा? Second one is more powerful. It has less words, half the words. It is simple. Have I used any difficult word? No. Similarly, instead of saying, see, it is not about using a difficult word. It is about using a concrete word. Like, I give you an example that go back to your seat. Return to your seat. What's more powerful? Return difficult है? You are a very good student. You are an excellent student. ये कुछ words ना अपनी communication में से हटा दीजिए. Very, just, according to me. किसी ने भी बोला ना, according to me the most difficult question was, instead say I answered the most difficult question as. You know, जो second phase verbs होते हैं या second pronouns होते हैं, better use first pronouns. It makes your communication powerful, right? So I suggest, so it's not about using a difficult word. Instead of saying commonly spread, we use rife, right? Instead of saying, let's say, very noisy, the music was very noisy, the music was deafening. Not a difficult word, but it improves your communication. It gives a concrete idea to your communication. Clear? Any other questions? Yes.
मैम हाउ डू वी इम्प्रूव इट आप बता रहे तो सुन रहे हैं बट हम खुद से इसको कैसे
See, the best is, how many of you are on Netflix? Don't lie. सीरीज कोई नहीं देखता? नहीं? नहीं देखते हो? अच्छा, नेटफ्लिक्स पे सीरीज नहीं देखते हो? अच्छा, क्योंकि आप लोग जेनजी हो तो मैं आपको बेटर आई, वैसे तो द मोस्ट कॉन्क्रीट एक ऐप आती है डिक्शनरी.com. डिक्शनरी.com ऐप है, आपके फ़ोन पे मिल जाएगी, एंड्रॉयड फॉर एंड आईफोन. उस पर ना कुछ इस तरह के, जैसे मैंने आपको बताए हैं ना वर्ड्स, ऐसे बहुत सारे आते हैं. आपको महीने में 30 वर्ड्स मिलेंगे, 30 के 30 याद करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, 2 कर लो. साल के एंड में आपकी वोकैबुलरी 24 वर्ड्स रिचर होगी. 2 को याद करो और यूज़ करने की कोशिश करो. सी, कम्युनिकेशन इज़ मोर अबाउट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, हाउ प्रैक्टिकली यू यूज़ एवरीथिंग. One is that, the other person is, other thing is reading. The other option is that as much as you read, it's very good. The third option is watch your Netflix series with English subtitles on. Right? Why? I tell you a reason. I tell you a reason. Subtitles writers charge very high. They charge per word. Right? So that is why they are meant to write the whole conversation in limited words. I have done subtitle writing, that is why I know.
And she didn't say Amazon, she said Netflix.
Yeah, not Amazon Prime, Netflix. Because their subtitle writers, they have subtitle writers qualified, and people who are certified content writers or creative writers are hired as subtitle writers, and the writers charge per word, and they are meant to write every conversation in limited number of words. They can't exceed the word limit. That is why the best of communication skills, because हिंदी पिक्चर या कोई भी अंग्रेजी पिक्चर या किसी भी चीज़, कोई भी पिक्चर आप अगर देख रहे हो तो उसमें जो सबटाइटल्स हैं उसी से आप काफ़ी कॉन्वर्सेशंस उठा लेते हो और आपको याद रह जाती है. लाइक देयर इज अ सीरीज कॉल्ड द क्राउन. एनीबडी हैज वॉच्ड द क्राउन? द क्राउन नहीं देखी किसी ने? इट्स ऑन द ब्रिटिश monarchy. So if you watch that series, you end up learning a lot of communication skills. Lot of them. Trust me. Right? Any other questions? Easy way, I have told you. There are a lot of, I see a lot of Instagram reels also about communication, but I don't recommend following them, honestly speaking. Because
I would like to add, I was in the government school, and when I passed out 12th, got into my job, I never knew a word of English. And 6 years later, I was the country head of BBC. So how I improved? Because what happens when you are not confident, you keep thinking in your mind what to say, right? That's what it happens. Like if I start talking to you in English, you'll first make a sentence in your mind, then speak. That's what happens. You agree? So somebody taught me that stop making a sentence in your mind, start talking using your tongue. It will be galat for some time, but it would be, when you get into the practice, you will start improving your language. You'll get into the flow. When you're in the flow, you can improve the grammar. And language is all about the vocabulary. The more new word, what Vandana is talking is, read dictionary, see these subtitles, look for these series, is to improve your vocabulary. भाषा का शब्दकोश जितना विस्तृत होगा आपके दिमाग में, मस्तिष्क में, उतना ही अच्छा उपयोग आप करेंगे हिंदी में. ठीक?
any questions now? How to? Okay, so 3 P's of presentation. Have you heard about it? No? Prepare, practice, never go to a presentation without a preparation. हम यहाँ unprepared आए हैं वैसे but never go to a presentation without. 3 चीज़ें बहुत important होती हैं आपकी presentation में. पहली चीज़ होती है content. अगर आपका content weak है, it will never be a good presentation. Work, I think this is the most underrated thing most people do कि presentation के लिए जाना है लेकिन पता नहीं है बोलना क्या है. So that is very, very wrong. Your content, there has to be a flow कि सबसे पहले ये, next ये, third ये, fourth ये, आपके दिमाग में होना चाहिए बिल्कुल imprinted. Second thing is your script, because presentation is or content is just not enough. What are you gonna talk? See, after 5 years, you will be able to speak holding a mic like me and Amitabh, and you will be able to do it without a presentation. But initial years, it takes a lot of practice. So you have to practice. And moreover, this is something that one of my bosses taught me when I went to NIFT, the fashion technology school, for a presentation. And he wasn't coming, and I said, what will I do? I don't know anything. He said, no, you know the business well, you know everything. What will I do? I said, I'm very, very nervous. I can't do this. So he said, okay, you know it, you are nervous. And it's good to be nervous so that you're not overconfident, right? You know you're nervous, but do not let any other person know this. Nervous ho, fake your confidence. Be confident. दूसरों को मत पता चलने दो ना. Even if you have the sweaty palms, I also have the sweaty palms at times. दूसरों को नहीं पता चलने दो. Right? Body language is very important to portray confidence. Never try to cross your legs or arms. Keep your spine straight. Body language matters. Whenever you are presenting something, keep your spine straight. Make an eye contact with everyone. Right? It makes a hell lot of difference when it gives you boost, it gives you confidence that, you know, when you make it. So you don't look at one person. You look at almost everybody in the room. And it becomes easier for you to understand that everybody is listening to you. Right? So body language matters, really. So presentation, yes. Content, practice, and script. 3 things are really, really important. Practice your script as if you are practicing for a play. Okay? Any other questions?
अब एक 3 मिनट की एक छोटी सी क्लिप हम चला रहे हैं, तो उसको देखिए, उसके बाद 2 मिनट की
So I understand the transactions, no problem, sir. Was it demo?
So what about the gray areas in this clip? You have understood the clip? रियल लाइफ में ऐसा होता नहीं है. रियल लाइफ में तो रिजेक्शन ही होगा. इतना सीरियसली मत लेना. Right? But what I am trying to teach you is what are the gray areas that he has? What are the gray areas?
I think.
I think. Self-assessment.
Selling the points which are not very useful for the company.
Exactly.
वो वाले motivation चाहिए थे जो कि उनके उस time पे काम आएंगे.
Acha. Trying to make up things on the go. Never do these mistakes in communication. You know, what is the biggest mistake that we do in communication? Any idea? Huh? Lie. Yeah, we tweak the truth. आजकल lie तो कुछ होता नहीं है. We just tweak the truth. Right? Or, what is the biggest mistake? Speaking without, no, you know, if you don't know, half-baked knowledge is very dangerous. If you don't know about something, don't speak. Better learn about it and then speak. Right? So if you are in a communication where, like, I never participate in a communication which is, political, because I just stay away. I have very limited knowledge. I just don't speak. Right? No, I have to really struggle to understand who is the potential candidate or who's the candidate from Aam Aadmi Party or BJP. I mean, without taking the names, I should say this. But then who's the candidate there in my constituency? I don't even know, honestly. So I don't speak on those issues because I don't know. Similarly, the biggest mistake that we do in communication is making the damage control or trying to control the damage that has already happened. What is the best way to solve it?
Acceptance.
Apology or withdrawal. There are only two ways. Don't try to control the damage just by adding it. You know, the damage control usually adds more fuel to the fire. It doesn't work. Trust me. So what you have to do is either withdraw or finish the communication. Okay? Right? So don't do that. So what is he trying to do here is the damage control. It doesn't work this way. What should be the ideal way that he should sell a pencil? Let's just talk about कि कैसे communicate करे that he's worth it. Right?
Your name here.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the pencil to write his name. He says the pencil.
That is one. और उसके अलावा इस सिनेरियो में हम कैसे कम्युनिकेट करेंगे कि पेंसिल क्यों खरीदो? Any ideas? You have to think out of the box.
Take an idea. So we can do like, so this is the bola ki we don't require pencil. So how would okay sir, no problem. Go out with the pencil, and he will ask you, even pencil वापस करो. So at that time you can say him, for that you have to buy it from me for 100 rupees.
Okay. What else?
मतलब convince भी हो सकते हो इस चीज के लिए.
हाँ.
उसके अंदर out of box ही
हाँ, कन्विंस भी हो सकता है. प्रोबेबिलिटी श्योर शॉर्ट तरीका क्या है? If it were you, how would you do that? How would you communicate why you should buy this pencil? Communication में ना अगर किसी को कन्विंस करना है, always talk about the benefit, not the feature. अगर if I have to sell a mattress, what will I sell? I sell softness or comfort or orthopedic, okay, or the new technology. These are all the features. But if I have to communicate a benefit, I should sell the good night's sleep. क्योंकि वो आप खरीद लोगे. In this case, he should have sold it like this, that this pencils understands the ideas of your mind right and can write it on your own, on its own. तो उसको इरेजर की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ती. Sold? Sold? Yes or no? Huh? No? You wouldn't buy? Okay, let's have a conversation then. Why not?
Because you sold it on this, that it can write on its own.
No. It will not write on its own. It only gets active when you have ideas that you want to write. And it can read your mind like AI, and it can write your ideas exactly the way you wish to communicate. Yes, but when it comes to a pencil, you have a scope of improvement. You have a scope of improvement in a way that the photocopy or a Xerox of a pencil comes better than pen because it's graphite. You can go on and on and on and on in the conversations. So if somebody has that mindset that, okay, if somebody has a negative mindset, you can't convince, obviously. But then, yes, what my point of emphasizing here is communication is more about, when the communication is positive, it brings more impact, right? So if you say that, you're not a good writer. Somebody told me one day that you are not, I was new, I was a novice, and said that you're not a good writer. And somebody would have told, oh, you can get better at writing. What's better? The second one, obviously. The second one gets better. So sounding, even if you're saying a negative thing, sounding positive is more important in communication. How you sound is more important. Usage of the right, the words, it takes 3 things to build communication. One is words, use them concrete. The second thing is sentences. Keep them crisp, short, clear, and catchy. Have pace, have pauses in your communication, right? Fourth thing is the order of words have to be right. Now if when we talk about the order of words, let's just give one more sentence. I thought about marrying my friend twice. Can you write it? I thought about marrying my friend twice. We are learning the order of words. I thought about marrying my friend twice. क्या मतलब है इसका? हाँ, फ्रेंड से 2 बार शादी कर लूंगा. Now rewrite this. I thought twice about marrying my friend. Now you delete that twice. I contemplated marrying my friend. What's more powerful? Contemplated. See? Communication is more about the power of words, the usage, the order of words, and the formation of sentences that you make through those words. Right? Clear? अभी समझ आ गया communication? हाँ? एक और एक्सरसाइज कराऊं? यस, लिटिल बिट समझ आ गया? अच्छा, और सॉरी, एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस? You have questions? Okay, so he wants to. You want to ask any questions to them?
You should ask because any question, not related to
See, acha, okay. Let me ask you a question. The second step towards learning is to ask questions. What is the first step? I have listened and I understood. Now I don't want to ask questions. What is the first step? Having a knowledge, I won't ask questions if I have the knowledge. वो तो आप decide करोगे ना, right? हाँ जी, what is the first step towards learning? Being open to learning. Curiosity. Okay, what else? What is the first step towards learning? Huh? The willingness to learn. We have the willingness to learn, but we don't ask questions. Still not the first step. Let's get to the first step. Huh? Being inquisitive. Okay. So when you were children, if you have younger siblings or somebody, so they ask you questions which base air par ke question hote hain na कि ये क्या है, ये क्यों है, ये हर पेड़ के पत्ते का साइज अलग क्यों है, राइट? ये तारे रात को दिन में कहाँ चले जाते हैं, ये चांद का साइज कैसे चेंज हो जाता है? डू दे आस्क दोस क्वेश्चंस? Yes or no? Yes. Why? Curiosity, and it is easier for them to accept that I don't know. The bigger challenge about learning is to accept that I don't know. क्योंकि जैसे जैसे हम बड़े होते जाते हैं, we believe that I know everything. हमें कुछ पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है. Right? Or we don't ask questions because we feel that other people will judge me. Yes or no? Most of the time, we don't ask questions because other people will judge me. Let me tell you one rule in your life: what other people think of me is none of my business. Actually. Now, any questions? Do we have the time limit to? Do we have to? I mean,
And like how we were caught unaware, they were also.
they are also caught unaware. So yes. Any questions?
No. I mean, nobody has anything to ask. Anything.
You can ask me anything about the, you know.
35 साल, 25 साल, 55 साल का एक्सपीरियंस खड़ा है, बस कोई सवाल नहीं.
Yes. Yes. So when you talk about this, it is something that is beyond anybody's control. So it's better to take pauses and speak slow. But even if this is the case, the usage of words make a lot of difference, because then you have to use less words and say more. The word power matters a lot, because then you are taking more than a little usual time, a little more than usual time to convey something. So the word power matters a lot, and that is how it can be improved. Build your vocabulary. Do not try to become Shashi Tharoor. I'm not against him, but then your words should be understandable to the listener. Okay? So that is what you can do. Use the word power. Say more in less words. Okay? Instead of saying that, in my opinion, personal opinion is redundant phrasing. It is when it is my, it has to be opinion only, not personal. Right? So my के साथ कभी भी personal नहीं लगता है. My is personal only. So I said a redundant phrase. Nobody even pointed it out. I thought आपको communication समझ आ गया. Right? So this is how it works.
इधर का एक सवाल हो गया, इस मेट्रो रो से एक सवाल और एक यहाँ से, उसके बाद we end and we have a group picture. So इधर से कोई please.
Yes, go on. Everything fell down after a moment from his side, her side, or our side?
In your perspective, the lines they had felt her elbow while talking to you, and they said because they did that they image fell down.
You have that we should not be hiring. It's like the hiring didn't happen even if the interview lasted till end.
What's your question? I mean, I got यहाँ तक समझ आ गया. Question क्या है?
No, he wants to quote an incident, I guess.
And what thing was there example?
An example.
So एक example, not the hiring, but something. We both were actually pitching to a company, and everything was fine. पहले बहुत सारी emails हुई, back and forth. फिर हमारी personal meeting हुई. Personal meeting भी बहुत अच्छी हुई. बहुत अच्छी बातचीत हुई. हमें लगा कि ये तो बस लॉन्ग टर्म डील मिल गई है. द मोमेंट वी केम टू कमर्शियल्स, जो हमारे कमर्शियल्स थे, बिकॉज यू नो एट सर्टन एज और एट सर्टन लेवल यू गॉट टू मेंटेन योर स्टैंडर्ड. यू कैन गो डाउन. लाइक अगर मैं 100 रुपये की एक चीज़ बेच रहा हूँ और मुझे वो चाहिए चीज़, तो मैं उसको 10 रुपये में नहीं बेचूंगा. मैं 100 रुपये का 80 तक आ सकता हूँ. एक मन में बेंचमार्क बना लेता हूँ मैं, नॉट बियॉन्ड दैट. सो वो मीटिंग बहुत अच्छी थी, तो हमें लग रहा था हम 100 का 200 चार्ज कर लेंगे. बट द मोमेंट वी स्टार्टेड नेगोशिएटिंग, हमें लगा यहाँ तो 10 भी नहीं मिलेंगे. सो उस पल के लिए वो वाली सिचुएशन आई थी कि वो डील वॉज गोइंग थ्रू. बट देन वी हैड टू कन्विंस दैट पर्सन व्हाई ही शुड हायर अस and what is so different in us. And we finally got the deal in 150 rupees. Not 100, but 150 rupees. So that's the way you communicate
your self-confidence and the conviction, which is very, very important.
I will give you one example. So I worked for an international law firm and I had to hire a lot of lawyers. The law firm was into alternate dispute resolution, जिसको ADR बोलते हैं. और lawyers हम लोग लेते थे ज़्यादातर campus law center से, Delhi University. So there was a fresh lawyer who was, और हम लोग जब interview लेते थे तो हम एक test लेते थे drafting का, कि drafting करके दिखाओ, क्योंकि majorly lawyers को वही करना होता था. तो मैंने इंटरव्यू लिया, जो हमारे लीगल हेड थे उन्होंने ड्राफ्टिंग कराई और उन्होंने बोला कि अभी तक जितने भी कैंडिडेट्स आए हैं सबसे अच्छी ड्राफ्टिंग जो है वो इसी की है. तो सी वट एवर कॉस्ट डज शी आस्क, आप इसको ले लो. आई सेड ओके फाइन, वेरी गुड. सो लास्ट राउंड यूजुअली मेरे साथ होता था, बिहेवियरल राउंड जो होता था. एंड आई आस्क्ड हर कि आपकी जो ड्राफ्ट नोटिस आपने बनाया है इसमें मुझे गलती नज़र आ रही है, राइट? जो आपको केस, शी सेड नहीं, इसमें कोई गलती नहीं है. आई सेड प्लीज़ रीड इट थ्रू. जो केस आपको दिया गया है वो और जो ड्राफ्टिंग आपने की है वो, अभी तक सब सही चल रहा था. सो आई हैव अ शार्प आई फॉर एडिटिंग. सो शी रेड हर ड्राफ्ट ट्वाइस थ्राइस. केस भी उन्होंने 2 बार पढ़ा, 2-3 बार वो भी पढ़ी और उसके बाद मुझे बोला नहीं मैडम इसमें कोई गलती नहीं है. आई सेड नहीं, केस में यूरो लिखा है अमाउंट में और आपके ड्राफ्ट में यूएसडी है. शी सेड ये तो टाइपोग्राफिकल एरर है, दिस डजंट कंसर्न मी. एंड आई वाज लाइक व्हाई? क्योंकि अब ये पिटिशन अगर कोर्ट में गई तो ये एक्सेप्ट नहीं होगी और इस पे रीजॉइंडर लगेगा. शी सेड दैट वुड बी माई जॉब ना, रीजॉइंडर में लगा दूंगी बना के. नाउ द प्रॉब्लम विद द एटीट्यूड वॉज, मेरी गलती नहीं है, मैं सब सॉल्व कर सकती हूं. रिजेक्टेड. आई सेड फाइन, आई लेट यू नो. बात खत्म. एंड शी वॉज एक्चुअली वंडरफुल एट ड्राफ्टिंग. बट मुझे लगा कि मैं किसी कम स्किल वाले को या किसी को अगर ड्राफ्टिंग में कमी है तो मैं उसको ड्राफ्टिंग तो सिखा दूंगी, एटीट्यूड नहीं सिखा पाऊंगी. सो आई बेटर हायर अ पर्सन with a better attitude and less skills. Usually companies hire for attitude and train for skills. Skills सिखाए जा सकते हैं, attitude नहीं सिखाया जा सकता. Rejected.
आप इस तरफ से कोई सवाल अंतिम before we
wrap it up.
कोई भी जी.
Yes, please.
How do we communicate with people out of our like for example in practice or sitting over here and we are supposed to communicate with them? How we can communicate like
Without any fumble, listen carefully. Listen carefully, apply the 5-second rule. आपको पता है 5-second rule क्या होता है? How many of you know about the 5-second rule of listening? Anybody at the back? 5-second rule of listening. What is the 5-second rule of listening? अच्छा, 97176200697. Can anybody repeat the number? No. दोबारा? No. Can anybody repeat the number? 971200697. No. Anybody repeat the number? आपके ब्रेन की कैपेसिटी ना 3 से 5 सेकंड लगते हैं कुछ भी रजिस्टर होने में, राइट? लिसनिंग के लिए 5 सेकंड रूल क्या होता है कि जब तक सामने वाला अपनी बात ना खत्म करे रिस्पॉन्स तैयार करना मत शुरू करो, बिकॉज यू लीव दी इंपॉर्टेंट थ्रेड्स. कम्युनिकेशन और कॉन्वर्सेशन में क्या फर्क होता है? हाँ, कम्युनिकेशन और कॉन्वर्सेशन में क्या फर्क होता है? एनी आइडियाज? नो. कम्युनिकेशन इज अपनी बात समझाना, कॉन्वर्सेशन इज एक दूसरे से, हाँ, सो दैट्स एक दूसरे की बात सुनना, समझना और किसी एक टॉपिक पे कम्युनिकेट करना. दैट इज कॉल्ड कॉन्वर्सेशन, राइट? सो दैट इज हाउ यू बिल्ड अ कॉन्वर्सेशन. अ कॉन्वर्सेशन कैन नॉट बी बिल्ट विदाउट कम्युनिकेशन. ऑल राइट. Yes. What was? Not mine. 97176200697. Now can you repeat it? Okay, now listen to me carefully. Count till 5 and then repeat. 97176200697. Now repeat. See, how many of you have repeated? How many of you have repeated already? Because there is your brain. आप कोई भी गाना सुनो उसकी 1-2 लाइन्स याद रह जाती है, कोई भी बुक पढ़ो उसकी पहली 1-2 लाइन्स याद है, इतनी ही कैपेसिटी है. 5 सेकंड लगते हैं ब्रेन को रजिस्टर करने में कोई भी बात. इवन आप किसी बीपीओ में कॉल करते हो अपनी किसी प्रॉब्लम के लिए, तो सबसे पहले वो आपसे नंबर रिपीट कराता है और आपको इरिटेशन होती है, बिकॉज दैट्स दी कैपेसिटी ऑफ योर ब्रेन टू रजिस्टर थिंग्स. ऑलराइट, एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस? Is it a wrap for us? Yes? Perfect? Yes, yes.
मैम ऑफन टाइम्स ऐसा होता है कि आप कहना कुछ चाहते हो बट जैसे आप मैं कैसे बताऊँ, एक होता है कि आप की एक पर्सनैलिटी है और आप उस वे में बात करते हो बट आपको पता है कि इनएप्रोप्रिएट है या फिर मतलब आप इसको नहीं करते.
You must sort that in your head and improve it. That needs a lot of sorting in your head and improve it. You know, communication doesn't mean saying anything or communicating or speaking anything which is offending someone. I need to sort that in my head. I have to, there is no other way to do it. That is not your personality.
आपका नाम क्या है?
मैम समर
समर. आज से 30 साल पहले एकदम मैं आपकी फोटोकॉपी था. जैसे आप कभी सवाल पूछ रहे थे ना, आपको 4 मिनट लगे कॉम्प्रिहेंड करने के लिए, मैं सवाल क्या पूछ रहा हूँ?
नहीं सर, सवाल मैं समझा रहा हूँ, बता पा रहा हूँ बट
बताइए.
दोबारा
हाँ, राइट.
मतलब से हम हमेशा क्या होता है कि हम एक चीज बोलना चाह रहे होते हैं बट वो चीज इनएप्रोप्रिएट होती है. मतलब उस सेटिंग में, जैसे प्रोफेशनल सेटिंग में मैं कुछ चीज बोलना चाह रहा हूँ, मेरे को कम्युनिकेट करनी है बट वो वर्ड्स नहीं है मेरे पास, या फिर बोलना मैं वो चाहता हूँ बट मैं बोल नहीं पा रहा. तो मैं उस केस में हमें ऐसे मतलब उस चीज को बोल देना चाहिए या फिर उसको थोड़ा सा ट्वीट करके बट फिर मैं आपकी खुद की सामने इमेज आपके लिए मतलब आप अपने आप को कैसे देखोगे फिर उसके बाद?
नहीं, अपने ओके, लेट मी टेल यू दैट एथिक्स आर सब्जेक्टिव. मेरे लिए जो सही है वो सही है. As long as I have said something to someone and able to go back to sleep peacefully in the night, it is fine. But if it is not, but it should not be taking other people's sleep. Supposedly, if you are working and you have to say, यार तुम्हारे बस का नहीं है. That's one thing. अब आप ये बोलना चाह रहे हो, right? इसको कैसे बोलोगे? Now you are annoyed to the core कि भाई तुम्हारे बस का ये काम नहीं है, छोड़ दो. How will you say this? You are lacking in certain areas, और ये बड़ा नेगेटिव सेंटेंसेस को पॉजिटिवली कैसे बोलोगे? You need to improve और गेट बेटर नेक्स्ट टाइम. नो, मैं बोल रही हूँ तुम्हारे बस का ही नहीं है, छोड़ दो ये काम.
ये मेरे साथ एक बार ट्रेनिंग में हुआ था. We were doing training and I was saying actually तुमने बहुत खराब काम किया, तुमने ये किया वो किया. Then she took me on the side and said there are ways to communicate the same line in a better manner.
Right. So instead of saying that you are lacking at something and you can do better, maybe you are meant for something else. See, I have very subtly said कि भाई छोड़ दो मेरा काम मत करो, तुम्हारे बस का नहीं है. लेकिन maybe you are meant for something else. Simple, right? Any other questions? All right. So thank you.
एक ग्रुप पिक्चर लेते हैं, हम लोग बीच में आ जाते हैं. आप सभी लोग इधर आ जाइए, तो जो भी फोटोग्राफर लोग यहाँ पे, ठीक है? Okay with you?
Does anybody has to wrap up, ma'am? You have to? Yeah. Just a minute. We'll close.
Thank you so much for such an interactive session on communication skills. I'm sure students have benefited a lot from it. Okay, thank you.